Sitting in silence, we still feel the vibe, and you could not say a word, and I know what you just decided. We'd be right.
Hey besties! Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I contour my nose. I just wanted to make a dedicated video of me doing my nose contour because honestly I'm very proud of my nose contour game. This is my normal nose. I wore no makeup for the beginning of this so that you guys could see that my nose looks like this. I'm just gonna show you guys how to go from this nose to that nose. Whenever I do my get ready with me's, I always show you guys how I do my nose contour, but I wanted an actual video for it just for the people who don't want to go through my entire get ready with me. This video is for those of you guys who just want to see my nose contour. But also guys, my skin has been doing so good. Just look at it. Like a girly has good skin today. What? That being said, today's video is sponsored by Care of. Care of is a subscription service. They send you vitamins, monthly supplements, or even powders. And they send you those based off of your needs, your wants. So you literally just do a really quick quiz and they show you exactly what would be good for your wants and needs, for whether it's your skin, your health. Personally, for me, my needs were something for my skin because I felt like my skin was very tight, obviously because it's dry outside. So something that has like stuff to make my skin stretchy again, you know, bouncy. And like today, can y'all see that? Literally no makeup on. Like this is the best my skin has been ever since winter started. And on top of that, I wanted some kind of vitamin to help my mood stay up and keep me boosted. So this is what Care of sent me. This is a little box with pills that last up to 30 days. But also look at how cute this packaging is. So there's 6 pills in it. Each of them are different. Everything in here benefits what my wants and needs are. So you guys know I said skin, mood, health. And then I also got their collagen lemon passion fruit powder, which this is great for skin. I prepared it for you guys just to see how I like to drink it. So I just mix it with water and then I throw in a little bit of fruits and a little bit of ice, and then bam, we literally have basically like lemonade. So make sure you guys go to takecareof.com and enter code SandyBang50 if you guys would like 50% off your guys' first order. And it'll also be linked down below, so make sure to check that out. I'm gonna go ahead and do my makeup, but I will be right back so I can show you guys how I like to do my nose contour. Typically, I do my nose contour like in the middle of my makeup process, but I'm literally just gonna do it at the end for the sake of today's video. Alright guys, I am back. Don't I look freaking weird? It just looks like my nose is like some little blob that it's just chilling there. So we're gonna be doing our nose contour today. I'm gonna teach you guys how to get that cute button nose, very skinny nose. I also don't have any blush on. Didn't want to do my nose contour over my blush, so we're gonna do blush at the very end. So for nose contour, I really love using these 4 brushes. This first one here is this like pointy brush. Oh my god, a little beauty guru moment. But this is the brush I like to use to apply my highlighter. Sorry guys, it's not clean. So there's this one, and my brush is from BH Cosmetics. Then I use this kind of flat brush right here. This one's from MAC. It's freaking old, so I really don't know which one it is, but this one is what I use to bake the sides of my nose. Then of course I have this brush here, which this is really similar to the first one except it's not as long, and I like using this brush to contour my nose, like make the lines. Then lastly, you just need your blending brush. Again, sorry guys, it's not clean, but this is my favorite blending brush from BH Cosmetics. This is just to blend out the contour lines. These 4 brushes are literally gonna change the game for you if you're doing nose contour. It just makes the best precision and best blend out and everything. So you guys need these brushes or just brushes that look really similar to them. So with contouring your nose, you always gotta make sure that you're using the correct shade of contour, or else it's gonna look either like too fake or like not flattering. For me, I personally like using these 2 shades and mixing them. These are by Maybelline Fit Me. These are their pressed powders, and I have 330 and 360. I mix them as I go so that I can create the perfect shade, because certain parts of your face has a different color of shade. I don't know if that makes sense. I like using these because these look like my bronzer color, so it all just kind of goes together. There's some contour shades that are not as like warm tone and that are more cool tone. For my skin tone, I feel like I look better with like warm tone contour shades, so that is why I use these 2. one of the most important things when doing nose contour is to make sure you have like some kind of base on your skin, like foundation or concealer on your nose. I just feel like my nose contour looks better when I have like foundation or concealer on, because like if I don't, then you get to see like all my blackheads and like all my like pimple scarrings. So I like to put on some kind of base. But also, if you guys want to create the illusion that your nose is smaller, like just putting that base on it already kind of hides a lot of the shadows your nose naturally has. That's why my nose looks so weird right now. So the first thing I like to do is grab this darker shade, just mix in a little dot of this using my mirror that is kind of dirty. Should I zoom in? A little beauty guru moment. So grabbing my little brush from e.l.f., just gonna go ahead and create like a little U/V right at the tip of my nose, like that. This just makes your tip look like it's more heightened, I think, in my opinion, but also it makes the tip look smaller. So I do that. Same shade, just gonna make a line right on top like that. That is what's gonna make this look like it's a button nose, so you're creating that little shadow there. Then I go in with my lighter contour shade, and then I start going over it again, but I kind of reach it slightly higher. That way it has a little bit of like an ombre. I want the darker shade to be right here, and then it gradually gets lighter as it goes up like that. So using the lighter shade of the contour, I'm gonna be contouring the side of my nose to make my nose look skinny. So right here, drag it up, doing that again on the other side, just like that. As I go down, I kind of go slightly skinnier so that it looks like my nose is like more like that, not just straight like that. But also I feel like nose contour really depends on your nose shape as well, so kind of have to study your nose, you know, see what look. Oh my god, what's that mean? You just gotta see what looks good with your nose shape and stuff. It took me a really long time, but I feel like this is the best freaking contour technique I've ever done on myself personally. So I'm gonna go in right with the little one again, and at the beginning of my eyebrow I kind of like connect it to the line. I know that's kind of weird, some people don't like doing that, but personally for me, I really like this technique because it makes my nose look slightly longer. And also when I Photoshop my pictures, like I always add makeup and I add nose contour, and every time I do the fake makeup always adds contour right in this area. So I'm just like, why don't I just do that with my makeup routine so I don't have to keep photoshopping it onto my face. Slightly adding more shadow in there. And that is all. Just kidding. Okay, the lighting is low-key kind of like getting bad, but it's okay. And then with the excess leftover, I kind of just make a little circle around my tip. I don't like it to be like too strong of a contour, so I just use a lot of the leftover. This is how I determine what size the tip of my nose is gonna look. Sometimes I kind of make the circle smaller too, depending on my mood. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and blend it out. To blend it out, I go in with the lighter shade for the contour again, and I kind of just blend it all together. Also, kind of blending around my nostrils makes my nose look skinnier. This way, yeah, she's starting to get there. So I just blended out the tip. Never touch this part here. You want that to be lighter. That little inner corner. So now that is blended out, we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit more contour. I do a lot of like back and forth for my nose contour because I just want it to look absolutely perfect. So then I go right over the tip again, creating even more shadow. What? Grabbing more powder of the lighter shade and going over it again. This is a step that I do every once in a while depending on my mood, you know. But I like to go in with a little bit of like baking powder, and I like using the one from Revolution. I like using their loose baking powder. I forgot the shades, but I will link it somewhere. But I like to add a little bit at the tip. There we go. Oh my god. I never make it just like a little circle dot. I like it a little bit more of an oval sideways because I feel like my tip from my nose looks more like that than like a regular like circle tip because my nose is not very pointy. Does that make sense? And then I also kind of get some, throw it down the bridge. I'm on stealth mode right now. I feel like I can't breathe. And then I throw on a little bit on the sides. This is like one of my newer steps. I only do it sometimes, but it really helps. We're gonna let that sit just for a little bit. Oh my god, is that lash on right? I just feel like I've really grown to like my nose, even though sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I low-key want a rhinoplasty, but then at the same time I don't want one because I don't think it is like gonna be worth my money. Like I can buy a house with that money. So this is how my nose looks like. I don't know if you guys can tell the actual shape of my nose from this angle. I feel like my nose looks so cute, but then when I smile my nose kind of like turns down. A little insecurity of mine, you know what I mean? But we all got insecurities, and as long as you don't like tell people your insecurities and you kind of like keep it a secret and like keep it in your head only, then nobody ever thinks it's a problem. Because I feel like people only notice your insecurities when you point it out. Most of the time people like don't even notice, because if you're confident they're just like, oh, she looks really good, you know? All right, so now I'm gonna wipe off the bake. I'm just gonna use like this random brush, and then also the baking powder I kind of drag it up to soften the lines. Oh, did you think this was over? No, we're gonna go for another round. This moment is the actual perfecting moment. So I go back in with this, and then I go over my tip just one more time, and that just blend, adding a little bit more to the sides. Plastic surgery, don't need that. Makeup is free. Any leftovers I just throw under my lip. Now I'm gonna throw on some blush, and I have been using this palette here. It's so cute. But this is from BH Cosmetics. I really love BH Cosmetics. They're super affordable, and their products I feel like are really good. Just gonna go in with this third shade here, and you know, a little coral moment. You guys know I love coral. I throw my blush literally on my like whole cheek these days. So now I'm gonna put some right at the tip of my nose and going around the tip a little bit. Then I throw some right in the middle of my nose right here where the bridge is. Then I throw some right on my chin. On to the last step. Now we're gonna highlight. This is literally what's gonna make your nose. It just looks so good. So I like to use the Revolution highlighter. This one is in Dare to Divulge. Honestly though, you guys need to check out the Revolution highlighter. Super pigmented, it's so good. So I just take this and I put it right at my tip. I like to make it look like a sideways oval, like I said. Depends on your nose shape though, what looks good. Boom. All of a sudden, my nose looks tall. Then I put it on my bridge, and I do not go past this area because we want that to be a shadowy area. We don't want it to connect with our tip because we want our tip to look like it's going like that. So that is it for this nose contour. What do you guys think? Was there a difference? I think there was definitely a difference. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Check out Care Of if you guys haven't already. It'll be linked down below. Let me know what other videos you guys would like to see from me. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you guys haven't already. Subscribe. That being said, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye. Mwah.
If I'd stayed in my city, red, blue, and green, is that how my life would be? Is that how my life would be? And often we're reminded to enjoy each day and find it in ourselves to show some gratitude for every